Greetings everyone, and thanks for joining me again on the channel. If it is your first time, welcome. If you're a repeat visitor, welcome back. I'm actually in Fort Myers. I was planning to do this in Tampa, to do the video in Tampa, but unfortunately due to the many activities that we had, we were at the University of South Florida, go Bulls, attending the weekend of welcome, the kickoff activities for the 2019-2020 school year, and they were fun, lots of activities, great university. If a university is in your future, check it out, University of South Florida. So the idea was to do a review of a new car here. This one is another Toyota, not the Prius, but a Toyota 4Runner SR5. Didn't have too much time to play around with the car, so I don't know much about it other than some of the statistics on the car, basically some of the numbers. It's a very heavy car. Well, again, I haven't driven an SUV in a long time, so having driven the AMG or the CLS, or for a week or more than a week the Prius, Toyota Prius, this one feels like a tank. The Prius feels like a go-kart. This one feels like a tank. Also, again, the mileage is not necessarily the best, but I mean, I don't think it's unusual for a car this heavy. It's almost 4,700 pounds. To have that kind of mileage. I think it gave me on the round trip of 300 miles, well, actually more than 300 miles, about 17 miles per gallon. So again, not too bad in terms of this class of car. It has 270 horsepower, a 4.0 liter engine, and is a partial or actually part-time four-wheel drive. So when the traction is needed, then it will kick off the four-wheel drive, but it's not all-wheel drive all the time. So what can I say about the 4Runner? It's a nice car. I actually used to have one way back when, early in the 90s. I used to have a 4Runner, which we kept for a number of years. Actually, it was my wife's car. She kept it, well, I don't know for how many years, but she drove it over 100,000 miles, and it performed very, very well during that time. Nothing major, at least nothing major mechanically. Actually, nothing major with the car. So we enjoyed it very much. We traveled, as I said, around the U.S. with that car, never had an issue. This one is a little bit bigger, actually much bigger than that original version. It has been around, as I said, forever. One of the last, I think, body-on-frame constructions on an SUV. It has also an underside plate that protects it if you want to go off-roading. So, in that respect, it's a nice car. The lines are actually not bad. I mean, it's a nice looking SUV. As I said, I'm not much into SUVs. My wife is, but I'm not. This one is okay. And again, modern lines, a lot of curves, so which makes it attractive. As for the interior on this particular model, it's very simple. Nothing fancy. The dashboard, again, easy to read dials. Nothing unusual there. The command center here, or the touch screen, it has a touch screen with FM, AM, XM radio, obviously if you subscribe. Has also Bluetooth capabilities, and as I said, it's a touch screen. Everything else is pretty standard. Again, nothing unusual. It has a lot of cargo space. According to Toyota, you can fit about 7 people here. I don't know if you will be able to fit 7 people comfortably, but at least the ones in the back will fit okay on the second row. And you have plenty of headroom, plenty of leg room, and again, I'm 6'1", and I feel comfortable whether in the front seat or in the back seat. But the third row, maybe a couple of people, small people for the most part, will fit comfortably there. As I said, lots of cargo space. You can bring the seat back forward, both, and then obviously increase the cargo space. It has a towing capacity of about 5,000 pounds, which is a lot. I mean, if you want to hold like a small boat or maybe a couple of motorcycles or something similar to that, you'll do it easily. As I said, for me, it feels very heavy. You're driving it down this, down the highway at whatever 70, and you want to accelerate, and it takes a little bit of time before you can actually respond to the acceleration. So there's a little bit of lag with regards to that. Other than that, I mean, if you're in the market for an SUV, again, this is not a Navigator or an Expedition. It's much smaller. I think it's like a mid-size SUV, much larger than a 4RAV, for example, or the what is it, the Tucson, which is I think it's a Kia, or maybe no, I can't remember. But it is a comfortable ride, and I think that again, if you're looking for room and again something big, this one will probably fit the bill. And I think that the entry price for this one in particular is about $37,000, or maybe $32,000. If you want it souped up a little bit more, it's about $37,000. I think it's the Toyota 4Runner SR5 Premium will run you about $37,000, $38,000. This one, I think, the basic one is about $32,000 to $33,000, plus everything else, obviously taxes, delivery, and all of that. But the basic price, the MSRP, is about $32,000 or $33,000. So again, as an SUV, it's not bad. I'm not going into technical details because I'm not a technical guy. I'm not a mechanic, so I cannot tell you everything about the car mechanically. I think that most interesting is, if you're in the market for a car, what are you interested in? Well, does it drive well? Yeah, it drives well. It's comfortable, has a nice suspension, lots of cargo space, fits, as I said, 7 people, reasonably comfortable. 5, definitely comfortable. The seventh, or the 2 additional people in the 3rd row, small people, children, would probably be the best for the 3rd row. Other than that, nothing negative to say. I don't like the fact, well, maybe a fact, maybe not a fact, is that the running lights, it has daylight running lights, but only the small ones. But it doesn't have automatic lights, like when you turn on the car, they come up, or where you turn it off, they come off. You have to do it manually. At least that was my experience. Again, I haven't had the time to deal a lot with the all the options or all the buttons and all of that, so that part I'm not very familiar with. But as I said, in terms of comfortability, it's very comfortable. Has a nice ride. It is heavy, as I said. And the gas mileage, I mentioned, we got about 70 miles per gallon, 17 miles per gallon. I think it is rated 18 in the city, no, 17 in the city, 20 in the highway, and 18 combined. I couldn't get it higher than 17 and a half. And again, I wasn't going terribly fast or terribly slow. And we did do a lot of city driving within Tampa. So again, I think it's as expected in terms of an SUV. If you go to Tampa, check out a couple of places. If you like beers, Coppertail Brewery, great place, and Cigar City Brewery, another great place. Food on the first one, no food on the second one, but nice places to go. The second one, Cigar City, brings food trucks, I think on a daily basis at night from 5 to probably 9 or 10 p.m. So nice places to go. Other than that, as I said, if university is in your future, check out the University of South Florida. Great place, great university, modern university. I think it was established about, 60 years ago, 61 years ago. So it's fairly new compared to other universities such as University of Florida, that's been around like 100 plus years. But it's up and coming, has a lot of programs, of a diversity of programs, both in the arts, science, technology, math, all of those. And more than that, it's a very modern university. So again, check it out. Next video will be about one of my cars, the CLS 500. Has a nice history behind it. I think I find it interesting, and some people have found it interesting, so I like to share that with you. So again, thanks for joining me today. Sorry I couldn't do it in Tampa, but however, in the video you'll see some highlights of my Tampa trip. Next time it will be again from Fort Myers, and then the week of the 1st, actually the week of Labor Day, a surprise for you, another long road trip in a different car. Until then, I'll see you. Take care. Hey guys, one thing that I forgot to say, two important things actually. I got my car this time from Sixt rental car, good models, late models, reasonable good prices. So that's one thing. And one that I think that I forget all the time is, if you like the video, subscribe or give it a thumbs up. If you like the idea, remember this is the only channel that I know of on the internet, on YouTube, that whole purpose is to give away cars and other good prices. So if you like the idea, subscribe, tell your friends. If you don't like the idea, obviously don't subscribe. Tell your friends though, okay? And yep, that's how it is. Oh, turn on notifications, like it, and well, yeah, this is true. Now I'll see you next time. Bye.